Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Arlington, Massachusetts for today's matchup between Arlington Spy Ponders and Boston College High School Eagles. Part of a double bill today, JV playing right now, 2 o'clock, Varsity playing at 4 o'clock. We're here at Arlington, Massachusetts, Arlington High School, Warren A. Pierce Field. Today we have cameraman Alfonso, executive producer Raj, and a special guest today, Aiden Conley, Arlington High School senior.
Thank you for having me here.
No problem. No problem, Aiden. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to catching up.
For sure.
Aiden was on teams that I coached. We have a good history together. Looking forward to getting some of his insight. Unfortunately, got a bit of a toe injury, which he can tell us about in detail during the game. So, Aiden, today we have Arlington JV coming in at 7-1-1. And they started off very hot, 6-0, and has since have gone 1-1-1. And we have Boston College High with an identical 7-1-1 record. And the last 3 games, they're on a 3-game winning streak. Let's see, the common opponents, they both have played Lexington. That's the only one.
How are they doing against them, do you know?
Yes, I do. Thank you for asking, Aiden. The Arlington JV fell to Lexington 3-2, and the BC High JV tied 1-1. And on a program level, last year the varsity team tied BC High, and the junior varsity won 1-0. So altogether, Aiden, all those numbers, they seem pretty even, and they really don't really tell us much of anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tight for sure. Both teams right away look like they're coming out strong, so I just got to see where it takes us, honestly.
And we were talking before, here we're going to be joined by another captain, Peter Cloherty, in a minute here. So we were talking before about how, Arlington High School, all these players, they have all played with each other, most of them through Arlington Soccer Club for many, many years, and there's great familiarity. And everyone lives like in close proximity to the high school because they're all Arlington residents. However, BC High, they draw from, just on a personal level, I know I have, my son has a cousin who is a freshman at BC High and lives in Wellesley. So they draw from all over the place. And I'm just curious, Aiden, I'm just curious in general, when you play a team like Belmont or Lexington, do you find those teams to be familiar?
Absolutely. Kids I played with growing up, doing travel team. You coached me for, 5 years, 6 years. Definitely recognize a bunch of faces, and then also a bunch of new ones from people moving and all those things. But it's really nice to catch up with people once in a while. It's like, oh, I played against you when I was in 4th grade, 5th grade. So.
Yeah, and the point is you might recognize some faces when you play those teams, but not necessarily when you play BC High. Let's set the lineup here. We have goalie Aaron Kazan. They're playing their traditional back 3 from left to right: Taj Shabra, Henry Wu, and Julian Velasquez. Tommy Marcassini and Colin Rayleigh appear to be at the 6 or holding midfielder position. That's Mihailo Vasic, a freshman, Cormac Kachin, Alex Marsden, Owen G, and Owen MZ. Peter, can you hear me? You can go ahead and say something. Okay, we're busy getting
work in progress.
Okay, just tap us in when you're ready. So Aiden, we were talking before, the JV team has they actually have 23 players, one of whom is injured right now over there on crutches. So they have, right now, they're dressing 22 players exactly, which becomes a half for each goalie. And then each of the 2 10-person units, they play half of the game. So you can actually, I don't see the scoreboard going, but we don't need it because when 10 minutes has gone by, when you see the entire shift change.
Yeah, which is really easy for me, really easy for you.
Peter, can you?
Peter's online.
Hello, Peter.
Hi, Peter. Welcome to the broadcast. It's my pleasure to have you. These are actually, on a personal level, these are 2 young men that I've both known for quite a while. So it's great fun for me to have them in the booth. Peter, we're live, so if you're thinking about saying anything naughty, don't. Yeah, we're streaming live, and you'll catch us on ACMi Sports. These 2 have a game coming up against the Boston College High School Varsity at 4 o'clock. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, Aiden with a foot injury. But let's see, let's see, Peter, how are you feeling about today's 4 o'clock game?
Just gotta bring the energy today. I think that's the most important part. I think tactically and everything we got going down, we know what to do. We just gotta make sure we can really execute going forward. So,
well, but my question is, can he jump as high as Johnny the Flash Peng?
absolutely not.
That's my question, because I've seen that guy on springs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're all looking forward to that. I wanted to point out also, so this is a special game for. So you know, I'm interested to get your guys' perspective on this. You know, obviously from a JV perspective, there are no playoffs or anything of that nature. Of course, they go out and try to win every game, and they've had great success this year, Peter. And it's a non-conference game. And for the JV in particular, I have a feeling some of them might be a little excited because you guys are watching, and it's always fun to show what you can do in front of in front of the varsity team. But also, more importantly, Coach Yadzio is watching, and he doesn't get to watch. We have.
Oh, wow. Sorry, I'm gonna cut you off. Yellow card real quick going in there. Is that Colin?
Yeah,
maybe?
Colin Rayleigh. Yes, maybe he.
Somebody a little talk back is what it seems to be, because the foul didn't look too serious. But
right, in comes Ronan Howard, who you boys both know.
you know pretty well yourself, yeah.
I know him pretty well. Yeah. You know. So, as I was saying, Coach Yadzio is here. Ronan with his first touch on the ball. And I know that a lot of the kids are seeing this as kind of, an early tryout, if you will. Nice space on the left.
Very great. Great ball in. 22 is going to get there in time.
That's Alex Marsden. He's a freshman. He scored a beautiful goal this year, guys. He collected the ball like over at the elbow, took 2 steps in, and curled one in around the defender. It was really nice.
I really expect to see him up there. During the summer, he's a big defender, so definitely a switch to see him up top, but I'm sure he's very flexible, so I'm sure he's doing a great job up there. Yeah, he's big. He's very big, so promising high school career ahead, I'd say.
I think so. I mean, you guys are having a pretty good year yourselves. But as you know, the numbers for the tryouts in the last 2 years have been pretty staggering, the number of kids trying out for both the JV and varsity programs. What's up? Okay, producer Raj communicating with the booth here.
I think going back to your point about the varsity team watching and coach watching, I think the most important thing is that they play their own game. They shouldn't change just because we're here. Because obviously we know they're a good team and they have a great record. So as long as they keep doing what they're doing, I think that's the most important part. Yeah, it is. 100%.
Yeah, and I think talking with Coach Greg, the JV coach, the goal is to prepare them to play at the next level. It just so happens, the side effect is that I think last year they were undefeated with like maybe 3 or 4 ties, and this year they have 1 loss. So if the goal is not to win, it's to play the right game. Well, they're playing the right game and they're winning. But it is good to see them come up against more stiff competition, because you guys some of the, I'm not sure if it's the same way, but some of the programs in the Middlesex League, when you play them, you're really in for it, and some of them maybe you think not so. Does that come into play, or do you guys approach every game the same way?
I feel like the Middlesex League every year gets better and better. I think this is the closest the league has ever been. Like, the table right now is, 15 points? 12, 10. I think the lowest is 10. So everyone's within two or 3 wins of each other. So it's definitely much closer this year than past years. But
so tell me about the as Colin rarely comes back in for Ronan. You'll see Ronan and the other 9 coming in shortly. Tell me about the playoffs. I actually don't know how many teams go. What's the seeding? Do you play against Middlesex in the playoffs? Educate us.
Get it into a playoff game at that point.
You get a playoff game.
Or play in, sorry.
It's the lower teams sometimes. There's the 32. There's like a playing game. And then they'll, if they win the playing game, they move on. And not they're out. And then I think it's basically goes over and go 32 teams. Then it's if you win one loss, you're out. You go until the state champions.
And the games are very tightly packed. Usually have like three playoff games a week. I mean, we never made it that far, but I think.
Right now, you boys were both. I came to a game here against Boston College High. Yeah, I think you boys were both sophomores, and I remember. I think I've watched it with either your dad or your dad, somebody's dad, maybe Dennis. I don't recall exactly, but I remember there was an opening play where a guy got fouled in the box, and he missed the resulting penalty kick.
Oh, yeah, he did cheat kick it. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that we don't. Sometimes in the booth, either of you guys refs?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, me as well. I took the course, and I was like.
Yeah. Sometimes we have referees in the booth, so I refer to them as rules experts. But I thought that call could have been a red card because that's how they call it in some professional leagues if the goalie takes the guy down. But alas, as you guys know, overcoming situations like that is important if you want to win games.
Absolutely. That game was very close the whole time, I think.
Yeah. Last play of the game.
Barney
had a very close chance, almost tied it up, sent it to overtime.
right over the bar, but.
In one of our recent games, we had a call. I think Dennis.
Oh, yeah.
Dennis had a breakaway and he headed it past the goalie and got taken out with open goal. I think it should have been a red.
I think it definitely could have been red. No, not even a yellow. It was just like a PK. Obviously, I'm not gonna complain. PK is a PK, but. Step back for a second. Alex, pick up a point you're saying how, Coach Walter's job is to really train people for the varsity level. Peter, I know you're under him your freshman year, so what can you say about him?
He definitely works us in practice hard. I think he did a great job preparing for varsity. And I don't know, yeah, it was a great experience on JV. I know it was nice playing with some of the older guys as a freshman. It was fun.
Yeah, my JV player sometimes comes home and says, "Oh, coach is going to make us run tomorrow."
Yeah, definitely. We did have I think it was a 4-mile run up and down the bike path.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. Soccer, conditioning, support. So.
Yeah, you guys all of you are in incredible shape, but I think it's fair to say it's a hallmark of this program, the conditioning and, the mentality that nobody is going to be better conditioned than we are.
Oh, here comes the sub. Sorry not to cut you off, but
Yep.
see them all lining up in the middle. Good ball. Oh, unfortunate.
Oh, back out. Still.
Yeah, Tommy was there.
Back in play. Unfortunate.
Yeah. Let's see how Henry handles the situation.
All right, let's see as I cover. It's great defense.
Yeah, contained him.
That's Henry. Yeah. Wow. Field goal.
This will give the other unit a chance to come in. Let me read off the names for you guys. So Peter, the JV team, they play 3 defenders and a holding midfielder, pretty strictly, and that leaves the 2 up top and then 4 across the middle. So the 3 defenders from left to right looks like Isaac Jagendorf, Lucas Kookman, another freshman. Right is Neil Patel. Left to right across the midfield we have Oliver Bailey. 5 is the holding midfielder. Keep an eye on him. This team, they play fluidly, so they will vacate their position if they have momentum. And across the middle, in addition to Oliver at the holding spot, there is Darius Silva is 18, Ronan Howard 4, Ishan Ross across the other side of the field is 2, and that is Cole Morgan-Zawilski, number 29. And the forwards are Knox Powers and Cedric Daniel. And there's Cedric. Over to Ronan.
Cedric's very quick. We know that. Bro. Great, amazing wrestler. Yeah, he is a state champion. He won his weight class, so.
Yeah, this team has been known to employ the send Cedric strategy.
I think that's the right thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was a muscle injury, I think, or a tendon injury, so it is great to see him back. Great player.
Good bit of possession here for
Yeah,
Arlington.
I say, the ball movement looks great.
Tried to turn in the middle, a little too congested. I'd say that Arlington's playing the better possession game so far, guys. What do you think?
I can agree. I just think they need to capitalize on some of these chances. You know, they've had the ball in their half most of the time, but start taking some shots. That'd really be the game changer here.
You have to watch out for the counterattack. So it's pretty quick.
One thing that I noticed early in this season is typically this team they get a lot of chances. So they've had games where they you know, it's hard to complain about winning 5 or 7-0, but where there were a lot of shots over the net or directly at the keeper or something like that. So I'm not seeing that volume of chances quite yet, but you know, if they can finish at a higher percentage, they'll be absolutely deadly.
Absolutely. I think in this game in particular, it's just important to get the feel, because BC High is not your ordinary JV team. Definitely not. So I think once they
Neither are
can
we.
figure out
Ronan with some nice moves.
great carry. Good tackle. Darius, on a side note, I work with him. Very good guy. He's doing a good job. You know, he was sick for tryouts, which was too bad, but he made it to the first 2 days. It looked great, so I think happy to see him out in the field. Great possession in the back. Lots of time here.
I believe 5 or 4.
Hilo, Alex, the goalkeeper. His name.
Lucas
Lucas
Koopman,
Koopman.
number 20. I believe his brother plays on the varsity.
Yep, he's a starting center back. Great player.
Yeah, well, I mean,
They're huge.
yeah, they're kind of carbon copies. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously,
seriously.
but how hard is it to tell the lines out there, guys, for the goalies? I'm just curious. I mean, he handled that one nicely.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Right, and the impression, the hard foul on Oliver Bailey by BC High's center forward there. The impression I get too is that this field is particularly fast.
Very big as well. I mean, it's not an ideal field. It's a bit of a what do you call it? Hill in the middle.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's crowned to to allow the rain to drain off. And we did have some rain today, but I think the field is perfectly dry at this point.
Great defense. Lovely clearance. Number 20.
That's Lucas Koopman.
When me and Peter went to the freshman tryouts, and you know, I know Coach Cummings very well. Peter knows Coach Cummings pretty well as well. And he was telling me, he's like, this kid cannot be a freshman. He's huge. He was very very thrilled to see him.
There are some impressive. Oh, speaking of freshmen, thank you for bringing that up today. The freshmen played BC High freshmen, over out at BC High, and they wound up tying 2-2. So.
I mean, our freshman team is spectacular this season. So that shows how good the BC High program is as well.
Exactly, and last year a lot of these players were on a freshman team that went undefeated. So, a lot of congratulations to all of the people, of course the players, but also the organizers and the coaches and the parents from Arlington Soccer Club for supplying such a vast reservoir of talent.
Absolutely, and Coach Cummings does a phenomenal job. I know I was catching up with him the other day, and he said in the past 4 years he's had 4 losses, which shows that how great, like you said, our program is, and how great our coaching staff is. So.
And I can say also that there are a lot of players that are sophomores that are not playing on this team that could absolutely play just about anywhere.
Absolutely.
And I hope that they all keep trying, and I'm sure you guys have stories about maybe someone didn't make the team this year, but they came back and became. You already told me a story about like that, Aiden. I believe it was Luke Hedlund.
Oh yes, coming from the JV team. Yeah, I mean.
Last year we had Finn. He didn't play, so he came in and started as a center back.
Yeah.
It's good to see people come back in the program and get a starting spot or a couple minutes on the bench.
Absolutely.
So that's just a PSA to all of you, sophomores or freshmen that tried out and trained all summer. And unfortunately, there's no shame in not making these teams. I hope you keep trying and it works out for you.
Absolutely. The level of competition is ridiculous. I think even if you don't make it, you should be proud that you gave it a good shot.
Well, also, I think that and again, I'm looking for you guys to support this or deny it. Either one is fine. But I think the level of competition coming from the younger people keeps you guys sharp as well.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, every year the classes grow and
if you
talent
know
increases.
If you know that you have that looked like a handball by Oliver, he got away with one there. BCI with the ball in a dangerous position.
Ooh, right off. Is that Owen's face?
That was Ronan's face.
That's Ronan's face.
Yeah, but if you, for example, if you know that if you're a freshman or a sophomore at the high school or even a junior, and you know that there are 8th graders, freshmen, and sophomores that are hungry, that's got to make you hungry too.
Absolutely, and I think for this year in particular, in past years our campus practices have had usually 20, 30 people. We've had upwards of close to 60 kids at our campus practices, which is so it's definitely every year just keeps getting bigger, more competitive. So excited to see how the great ball
nice
in.
through ball to Knox Powers.
See what Knox can do with it.
Knox has scored a good number of
Great
goals
move.
this year.
Well done. It's a great goal. Lovely through ball.
No, he's not. He's
Give him a lot of props for
He's-
not only shooting his left, but making a move with his left and finishing with it. So
he's flashing. He's one of the players that's flashing this year. Maybe he could be the JV Flash. We have Johnny the Flash Pang, but so okay, folks, here we are. It's Arlington JV versus BC High JV. Arlington just scored to make it 1-0. We're about midway through the first half. It's been a fun game to watch, and especially for me as I'm joined here in the booth by senior captains Peter Clordy and Aiden Conley. Thank you for joining. How long do you think you guys will be able to stay in the booth for? Probably have to
great
go
shot.
get ready for your game.
I could probably stay a little longer.
Okay. Yep. Peter's got.
I'll stay here until I get yelled at to leave. So
Right, so based upon what you told me regarding the playoff system, league game, non-league game, that designation almost doesn't matter if it's truly based upon power rankings, right?
Yeah, the only thing it matters for is league standings. Like when the LSX league, this does not count for that, but it does count, like you said, power rankings.
Yeah.
especially a team as good as BC High, if we put up a great fight, if we get a win out of that, that will be huge for our power rankings. So definitely what we're looking to draw out of the game today.
Do you boys know anybody that plays on BC High?
I know one guy played SFC.
Okay.
Can't say. Which one? Oh yeah, he's pretty good. I think at this point, BC High has always been a young team. The year that they knocked out of the tournament, they had many sophomores playing on that team.
Is that right?
And one in particular is their goalie. He was a phenomenal goalie. Yeah. Very big. So it's gonna be a very tight game today. Good clearance.
We're looking forward to it. And what's the promotion, Peter? Is it like a whiteout or a blackout or something like that? Okay. I hope so. It's a beautiful day.
It's a lovely day.
Very nice. And the girls are playing after us, so
Yep.
stay and watch their game also. They're playing Medford.
Yep. Yeah, Medford.
Knox with a nice steal.
Way to get the ball to the field.
Yeah, we'll be here all day at ACMi Sports.
Spot the middle here. Lots of time.
Nice movement by the
Look
arms.
in. BCI seems to really like their flicks. I see a lot of outside
Yeah,
the
the
foot.
donkey kick or whatever, scorpion kick.
Good move by Darius.
He's got a good left. Nice build up here. Sent into Knox Powers.
Unfortunately, great ball in though. Great ball.
Yeah, he was there. And I always say, you know, at this level, I mean, this team, they seem to do the right thing all the time, and they have a chance like that. You really can't ask for more. You try your best. Header was there, just a little bit wide. Peter, I've noticed from watching and commentating on varsity games that your head seems to find the ball quite a bit on corner kicks.
I'd say more his back than his head, but
yeah, I was going to ask about that because it looked like remember that, I mean, you guys weren't even born yet, but the Maradona goal in the '86 World Cup, where it took a bounce. But I don't know, Peter, if you rewatched that, but I was talking with one of the Reading parents in the booth during that goal, and I said, watch out for Peter here. And Peter scored.
It's those basketball jumps. Pretty good to get you on there. Hey, whatever it takes. Great goal.
Arlington looking dangerous again.
Our offensive threat is great. Keeping the ball in their half. Really nothing out of BC High. Just possession from Arlington. But like you mentioned, these counterattacks will be, as long as they can defend these counterattacks, they'll be all situated for the game.
Yeah, the play out of the back didn't necessarily work. I think that Coach Walters is going to play out of the back come hell or high water, whether you're winning or losing or playing a pressing team or not. That's just the system that he likes to play. Again, looking to get them ready to play at the varsity level. So I have a question for you guys. When it comes to playing out of the back, do you adjust, or do you go into a game with the strategy like we're going to on certain, occasions? Like if the team shows they're pressing, we'll kick the long ball. Like what's the discussion around that tactical piece of the game?
I feel like we look to play to the back and possess the ball as much, but when we feel pressure coming, it's not worth a risky pass in the middle. So if they're coming hard, just send it up.
Yeah, I mean, as a center back myself, it's definitely very situational. BCI and tap back.
BC High with that. I didn't see how that goal originated, but it seemed like it came out of a 50-50 type ball that kind of bounced their way and finished off nicely by this BC High forward. We have a shift change here, and we are at 1-1.
Yeah, it's a great hit. Very composed.
I think the keeper got a little piece of it, but not quite enough.
They have two. They have a freshman keeper as well.
That's good because the other keepers are all juniors besides Cam.
I believe this keeper is a junior as well.
Yep, Aaron.
So they're well stocked with junior keepers.
Yeah.
Do any of them play in the field? Cam, yeah.
Cam plays a little bit of center back and maybe in the future a little bit on top.
Not really. Cam last game, we had a little bit of an injury crisis for our center back, so Cam went in there to get a nice little 5-10 minute shift.
Well, when I was a coach, I put two names down first. They were Aiden Conley and Cam Levine when I was making the lineup.
Cam was always a threat in
Yeah.
travel team. He was always much bigger, much faster, much stronger than everyone he went
Yes,
against. He was
like the send Cam was one of our techniques for that.
He created the cross shot. He would end up just chugging down the wing and just kind of launch it towards the box, and he wasn't very accurate, so we'll miss it. It ended up going, towards the goal, and it went in one of those times,
Yep.
Hustles. Great teammate. Great cut in.
That's a freshman, Milo. Got a little surrounded there. All right, so we have Aaron at goalie from left to right in the back. Looks like Taj Shabra, Henry Wu, and Julian Velazquez. Tommy Marcassini was distracted for a second, but he usually plays the sixth position. Midfielders ONG, Colin Rayleigh, Mihailo Vasic, and Owen Morgan-Zawilski, and up top Cormac Kachin and Alex Marston. So again, this is like a group of 10 that'll play, and then in the next half, the group that we just watched will come on and play the first and third shifts. It's pretty, it's a very equal system, and again, not much of a drop off between the units.
That's great, especially for the JV level. I think it's important to get those minutes in. So.
Yeah. When I was on freshman, when I was in JV, I don't remember like the big line stuff like this. This looks like it's on you.
For my freshman year under Coach Cummings, he did something very similar to this. He would do not as many subs, but he would do full shifts every 20 minutes. So it's definitely
nice switch by Arlington, and then there's a long ball.
Great ball over.
Yep, making the goalie do something with it. Aiden has it.
Go on the table here.
Do you need it? Okay. Meanwhile, there's a break on for BC. Shot wide.
Seems to be going short for the goal kicks here. Understandable from Coach Walters. Want to play out of the bag.
Yeah, they'll go short every time. I don't think I've seen them punt the ball, or I mean, maybe all year, maybe like 5 times. It's just what they do, and it works out here. They have the numbers. Nice ball. The keeper's playing well off the line.
He's doing very well. Great clearance. Great run in. Great ball by Tommy Marcassini as well. Colin with good use of his body there.
Yeah, they are not shy about this move. This move on Thorndike Field can prove to be a bit treacherous, though.
I think Thorndike injures more people than players do, so. Good ball in.
Well, they're making the goalie come out and make decisions. The JV team, guys, doesn't have the luxury of your dads on the sideline distributing the balls when they go out of bounds.
My dad usually puts on Strava his running, and last game he got 10 miles.
Yeah.
Which was a really crazy thing to see.
Yeah.
You know, he came up to me after and was like, "Wow, I'm gassed." And I was like, "Hey, just walking up and down." He's like, "No, look at this. He showed me." Wow.
Maybe we'll set up a Dennis Cam one of these days.
Yeah, we should. It's right on the end of the line. Just seeing him sprint up and down.
Yeah. What is the map? It's just like.
His heat map is crazy. Oh, he did a great shift. I hate to down talk my dad a little bit, but he's a little slow with giving the ball to the team. Had to yell at him from the bench a couple times, like, "Pick it up, you need to get the ball in." I think Chris might have outdone him there.
It was a nice play on the throw in, getting it back. The cross in a little too far, and
big punt. Great header back in play. This BC High team seems to rely on these just big kicks up. I think as long as Jonathan stays composed, get a win in this.
Good communication there.
Switch, perfect.
Henry pings it out wide. Nice switch into space.
Great
over
switch.
to Owen Morgan-Zawilski.
Get that space on the line.
And there you see the defender making the run there, boys, number 14. And you see Colin Rayleigh has dropped back to cover for him. I don't know if they coach that on this team or not, but this team is very good at playing dynamically like that.
It's very important. It's something Coach Yazio preaches all the time, is being able to not be rigid. Don't be rigid. Say that all the time. I think it's an important thing to. This team does a great job of it.
If you have the momentum and the mojo, you might as well go forward with it. Arlington on a break. They've got a 3-on-4.
Great carry.
Good carry into Alex.
Unfortunate. see they're just relying on that number 18 to really, or is that 18 or 10? 10, just got there every time, but risky pass, but
yeah, look at all that space.
got through.
How would you guys like to play in that kind of space?
That'd be great. We had that once all season. That was Wilmington.
Alex with some nice moves in the midfield.
Amazing carry. It's fun now.
If they can manage a switch here, they've got numbers.
Oh, another one. Great ball in. Still get something to it. Cooper is playing well. He's really saving this BC High team. That's for sure. Some of BC High and goalies.
Okay. All right. Hello. No problem. We have Sam Neal. Sam, my name is Alex Howard. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Sam is a striker on the varsity team. Have you been watching this game at all, Sam, or did you just step in?
Yeah, I've been here for like 10 minutes. Just
Okay.
Yeah, I saw the goal. I was unfortunate for us. I'm pretty sure they could bounce back off that. So
Yeah, they have it's still the first half, and you know this team is, Sam, as I've mentioned now a couple times as new people come in, this team, they actually sub in blocks of 10, so you'll see you'll see each one of these players will play half the game.
Nice touch by Taj. Ball movement has looked phenomenal. They're really working it up well.
They're
A bit of a questionable call if I had to say so myself, but
that's
no,
okay.
it
That's what we do here. We're allowed to.
lovely. Scott sees big
You
throw.
can only criticize if it's a bad call, you know, one way, not the other.
Send Eke to the weight room real quick. Yeah. Hope he's a freshman. He's a little small, so.
Sam, what are your thoughts on today's varsity game?
I think it's going to be a very tough game. There's going to be a lot of people there against a very good team. I think we're going to have to stay composed if we're going to win this one.
Yeah, we're all looking forward to it.
Is that Julie Velasquez?
Yeah, did a great job back there. See if they get a long ball in. If they can stack the back post.
He's got the leg.
Absolutely. See if they utilize it.
Yeah.
And they got, I know ONG is good head. One of the
Tommy's got the good height. He got a head on a ball before.
unfortunate ball in.
That's all right. They still have the numbers forward.
Yeah. Could look for another one in. Just launch it.
If he was about 10 yards in, I would be yelling for him to shoot. He scored a beautiful goal from that distance earlier in the year.
See if they can spot the middle here. Hilo, great job on the ball. Can he beat both? Wow. Lots of time. They look for a switch here. Arlington seems to be dominating this game. I know the score might be tied right now, but it does not reflect the level of plays. Cormac can get through there. Good run in.
Good individual effort by number 9 in BC High there. I think they're going to need efforts like that. I mean, it looks like the Arlington team has the possession advantage. They seem to be well organized. So it might take a moment of individual skill from BC High to break down this Arlington structure.
Absolutely. It seems to be they packing like 5 or 6 guys every defensive play. So
We have another player. Do we want?
nope. Oh, looks like Peter's coming back now. Someone's coming back. So.
Okay.
Half seems to be coming to an end here. So maybe 5
Yeah,
minutes.
they didn't put on the scoreboard, so we don't know. But you know, I think 3-5 minutes, something like that. Good game, 1-1. Well played. It's been a pleasure for me to have these guys up here in the booth. Looking forward to watching them at 4 o'clock take on BC High Varsity. here we go. This is a dangerous spot, Aiden.
This is, especially with the size of BC High. Like guys like
Yeah.
31 in there, pretty big. I mean, if Arlington had Lucas Koopman in there, I think this would be an ideal situation. But
Well, they've got Owen.
you got Owen. Should be
Owen's
enough.
pretty tall. Tommy's pretty tall. You know what, though, guys? I don't know. I've seen short guys get in there and win these balls, too. So
Absolutely. It's a great clearance out. It's a Cormac in there, Tim. Well done, my Cormac.
oh, bit of a chance for a
Nice
break
little
here.
flip. Good move, still has it. For a
Right,
switch.
PCI has all the numbers, though. Nice individual play. Let's see if he can.
3 on him, though.
I don't think he's worried about that.
It doesn't seem like it.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't bother him. Okay, so everyone, we're gonna take a quick break for halftime. Peter, thank you for joining us, and good luck today. Aiden, feel free to stay.
Yeah, I'm going to stick around for sure.
Awesome. Well, we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll. I can. Okay. We are live.
All right, so I'm gonna get ready for the game, and thank you guys for having me.
Pitch down there, Peter.
Okay, Aiden. So tell us about your recovery and your injury and how that's all going.
Yeah, it was the 3rd or 4th game of the season. A little ball over the top and poked it out, and I got kicked as I poked it. So it's a little unfortunate situation, but I think fractured for some little nerdy talk real quick. The
Yeah,
fifth
give it to
metatarsal.
us.
5th metatarsal.
That's a toe, right?
That is a toe. Yes,
Okay.
that's the pinky toe on my right foot, and put me out of business for it's been a little more than 3 weeks now, 4 weeks, but.
Yeah, sure.
But luckily get to start getting back into play Tuesday, and then I could recover in time for senior night next Wednesday, or was it the 16th? So catch the back end of the season, which is honestly what really matters.
Absolutely, and I know that I'm looking forward to watching you play because I was your coach when you were a young man. We were both a bit younger. It was a pleasure to coach you.
You're a little younger than I am, though. I think.
Yeah, so it's nice to be here. So you tell us how you feel about the varsity program this year. I know that you guys are 7-2-1. You're looking good.
I think a big difference this year is I think overall the team chemistry is definitely improved. I think we made it after last season a clear point that we definitely need to be working with each other better on and off the field. And we've had numerous amounts of talks and numerous amounts of just like team bonding and everything. And I think it's obviously paying off a record. We already have more wins than last year, and
Right.
a very fraction of the games played. So
I'm here with Aiden Conley, senior captain of Varsity, unfortunately on injured reserve at the moment, coming off injured reserve for the next game. Which game was it again? Remind me.
which one I'm back for?
Yeah, it was. You said homecoming or
Senior night is
senior night? There it is.
hopefully, if all goes well, potentially Wednesday against Winchester, which would be the team that hurt me. Get my little get back, but
Okay.
definitely don't want to force anything and come back 100% rather than 80. So.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to. You don't want to rush it, but you do want to get back there. I totally understand. And with a broken bone, I mean, I know that people say, it's a good thing you broke your bone, didn't tear your ACL or do some sort of thing like that, because those are injuries that take you out for a year.
Exactly. I think
With the broken toe, you can see. Have you seen the X-rays?
I have. It was I haven't got the last checkup. I didn't get one, but I think what's important is a bone injury is definitely something that once it heals, you're back. And obviously, like, there's no PT around it. Just got a slow recovery, wait for it to heal. But something like,
Yeah.
for example, Luke Parrington last season, he hurt his knee really
Right.
bad, and he never got a chance to play again, which is unfortunate because he was.
Yeah, that would
Phenomenal
be
player.
heartbreaking
Absolutely.
for somebody to miss their senior season.
So I think as far as the injury goes, I definitely got the better end of what could have been something a lot worse. So
Well, I definitely look forward to seeing you out there.
I had to get back.
Again, Aiden Conley, senior captain. We didn't prepare anything, so this is all. If you can notice the chemistry in the booth here,
Years of coaching.
years of coaching. Yeah.
Years of bonding.
Aiden, the Reading game, I saw you on the sideline before the game, and It was at Concord Carlisle High School.
Yep, I always remember that field.
And I will too. And I'll let Aiden tell the story. But so this was on last Saturday. I was parking the car and getting ready to walk up to watch the game. And I said, hey, something feels familiar about this field. And I walked up the field and I remember what it was. And then, out of sheer happenstance, I happened to run into Aiden. And I said, hey, do you remember this field?
Of course I do. Should I tell the story?
Yeah, tell the story. Absolutely.
We had so we played last Saturday at Concord for I'm looking for a fundraiser called Kicks for Cancer. It was our first year doing it. Definitely something great. Look forward to do it again. I mean, not me personally, but as the program continues. And just for context there, but going back, it was a game against Concord, who were a very tough team at the time.
Yep.
It was a very close game. Was that 99 at the time?
It might have been.
Might have been. That was like I think it was 6th grade, 7th grade, in that range.
In that area.
And
a long time ago.
Long time ago. And it was last 2 minutes of the game. I got subbed in. He put me on and goes, "This is your chance to score." I think he believed in me, gave me all the encouragement I needed. I took a shot from.
Well, your dad kept insisting on that you playing defense.
Yeah, he's always wanted me to play defense. He's a defender himself, so he's been trying to. This is the first year I definitely folded to him and played. See me in center back this year, but years past I've always been, wanted to play offense because I looked up at guys like Messi, Ronaldo.
Yeah.
I grew up with them, and I was like, I want to be just like them. But so you put me in up top and goes, just rip it. 2 minutes left, got a ball for throw in, just from
30 yards.
As much as my little legs can hit it.
Yeah.
And it went in. I remember I ran right to you, gave you a big hug after the game. It's definitely a highlight.
It was a good moment.
It was a great moment.
Good moment, and it was nice to go back to that field. Can you tell us a little bit about your trip through the, you're a senior now. You're going to be applying to college, as you told me. Can you tell me a little bit about your trip through the program here as a freshman? You played on the freshman team or the junior varsity
absolutely.
team?
I think, even before that, I think it's important to note, where I'm at today, I'm a senior and a captain. I'm honored and privileged to be so. And I think the important thing is people often concern too much about I was on A team, B team.
Right.
I was on the B team growing up the whole time, and I think that really pushed me to be better every season. I wanted to keep working for that A team. And then going into it, freshman year, made freshman team. That team was a total blast. Definitely something I'd like to do again. As the game continues, I'll finish the story. I'll spin back around here, but
we're gonna spin around. We'll keep talking. We got a lot to catch up on.
But so sophomore year, tryouts were very close. I was on the bubble for the first couple days. Went to a couple JV practices.
Okay.
And then I got the call up to varsity, and since then it's just been working and just been honored to be on that team. Definitely a major part of my life, especially in high school.
And when healthy, what position did you wind up landing on?
So sophomore year, I was mostly a wing and striker. Got a couple shifts in, as a sophomore.
Yeah.
And that team in particular was a powerhouse, undefeated that season. Besides BC High, we know how that went, but it's a very close game. And then going forwards, going to junior year, it came off a fractured hip. So I was definitely just taking that season back into recovery. And now came in the season with a new fresh start. After looking at a wing, I think it was time to switch it up. So it was something a little more comfortable from the center back.
Yeah.
I mean, not comfortable, but something that was more comfortable in my play style. I think it was definitely the right change for me. So, and as my partner's duo, his dad comes up, Koopman. Nolan does a phenomenal job back there. It's great to get to play with him.
We're going to be joined by Jonathan. We're going to have a third commentator in the booth, so I'll take this chance to again thank Aiden, and you're welcome to stay, or if you have duties with the varsity team. Like I said, he's injured, so we'll be on the sidelines today rooting on the varsity. Let me reset the scene here. It's the second half. It's Arlington JV versus BC High JV. Jonathan, are you with us? Okay.
Yep.
I can hear you. So it's 1-1. The Spy Ponders wearing maroon going left to right. BC High wearing white going right to left. We have Jack at goalie, Isaac Jagendorf, Lucas Koopman, and Neil Patel on defense. In the midfield, we have a holding midfielder, number 5, Oliver Bailey. And then across the four-man midfield, there's Cole Morgan-Zawilski, Ronan Howard, Darius Silva, and Ishan Ross over here, number 2. And the forwards we have are Knox Powers and Cedric Daniel. Jonathan, have you had a chance to watch the game so far? And if so, what are your thoughts on the game?
Yes, I did. I watched about 20 minutes or so. Fairly even affair. Good to see the Arlington players moving the ball left to right. Do seem to do a good job probing. But yeah, I think it's a pretty even match, which is great. Right? We haven't seen too many matches this season that are balanced like this. So good test for the boys. ACMi seems to be physical, getting to the ball quickly, and doing a good job of.
Great run in.
Ronan with a nice run.
Oh, great save. What a run by Ronan. That's phenomenal. Taking the ball right to the face, too.
That his second of the day, Aiden, if you recall.
Oh, yeah. Took it like a champ duck.
Yeah. So that was an exciting individual play. I know that he wished he could have finished that, but that again, that's another thing, Jonathan, I was talking about. This team, they get a lot of chances, and sometimes they don't finish all of them, which is okay. I mean, getting chances is an art in and of itself. But if they were to start burying opportunities like that one, they would be, I mean, they're already excellent to begin with, so they'd be even better. And they've shown the ability to put themselves into those positions all year long.
I mean, they possess it up so nicely. You just got to really just finish those chances, like you said. But all the pieces are there. I think with a little more time, they can start getting those down and in. Great ball to Cedric. See what we can do with it. Nice rip. Looks like a different goalie this half. Is it?
Same guy.
Same guy?
Same keeper. Yep.
He's a good job. Good keeper from the looks of it.
Either that or someone who looks an awful lot like him and wearing the same jersey.
Oh, the classic jersey spot.
Always a possibility. It's pretty rare to see a JV team roster 3 goalies like the BC High team does, so I wonder if they're all different ages. That'd be, I guess, the most obvious answer.
Yeah, as we were mentioning before, the Arlington program has a gluttony of junior goalkeepers.
Who, for that, are all very talented, which is, I'd say very upsetting for the guys that, are obviously great, but just, don't really get that chance,
Yeah, that is one of the positions where if you're the big dog, then there's not much of a chance that you will relinquish your position. So
I think it's nice, though. I mean, on the varsity side, we have 2 junior goalies, and they both push each other to be their best always, and it creates a lot of competition, which is nice.
Nice carry by Lucas. Finds Ronan.
See if they can see wide one more time. Great ball.
Moves the ball over to Ishan.
See Cedric through in the corner. Oh, unfortunately, he got out of his feet.
Yeah, you can see they're close to getting to click. Just didn't quite get the run in the pass there early enough, but that's the difference sometimes in sharpness between the JV and the speed and execution.
Yeah, like that play right there. That was a varsity-like atmosphere with the quick close down, which is, it's nice to see these boys. Aiden, I don't mean to talk ill of the competition, but they're, sometimes they play teams where, the games aren't nearly as competitive as this. So it's good to see how these boys react in this situation.
Absolutely. I think it's even more important at this JV level to get that experience in. Like, at a varsity level, you have, there's some teams you've blown out by 5 goals, 6 goals, and then there's some teams where, we put up a couple losses. I think it's important to be able to not only play in those games, but how you react to them afterwards. Like, if you're going to let one loss destroy your season, then it's not going to go great. So, I think this JV team particularly has done a great job. They took a hard loss to Lexington. It seemed like they're bouncing back pretty well, especially with this hard competition. So keep doing what they're doing.
And the rest of the season is full of games that have quote unquote been circled. Um, you know, you're aware. You know, when you play Belmont, there's a certain feel. When you play Winchester or Lexington, there's a certain feel, and they're playing all three of those teams coming up. There was a day. It made me very happy this day. The freshman team, the JV team, and the varsity team all beat Belmont in the same day. I was thrilled with that.
Belmont's always strong competition. They're very structured in the back. They're always sit back and let it happen. But got the better of them this year, that's for sure. So.
Yeah. Game 2 to come, right?
Absolutely.
Is that one coming up for Varsity?
I think it's in 2 weeks.
Okay. Interesting schedule this year. Varsity and JV
Touch.
aren't necessarily the same, which is unusual.
It is unusual. I think there's definitely some pros and cons of that. I think as from the varsity perspective, it's a little frustrating having, games back to back. For instance, Stoneham and Reading, which obviously comes down to, new programs and new fundraisers and all these things happening. But I think you just got to have that, mental willpower and physical ability to keep pushing.
Lucas with a nice play there. Has continued his run. Takes a push in the back.
Yeah, I think that's the difference between this game and some of the others. This for speed and strength, we're used to having our way with both of those, and it's good for the on par with the other teams with that, so they have to use the skills and the techniques.
Absolutely. And Alex was talking earlier, and we agree with that. BC High is usually because they have kids coming from, not just where their school is, definitely got a bigger variety and usually a bigger team in terms of physical ability. So it's nice to see them competing very well.
Did you already give the full scouting report for the next game?
For the varsity game?
Yeah.
No, that's. I mean, I don't know who's going to be doing that game. I'm happy to, but I have a spiel ready to go if needed.
Got it. Well, we have to keep in mind that I think we're starting live today, correct?
We are, yes. Running with a nice move.
Gotta wait
Let's
till
see if
game
we can
time so they can't, pick up on what we're saying.
Yeah.
Great turn. Is that Oliver? Is that his name?
Oliver Bailey, yeah.
Good player. Okay, run, see if they can get some out of this.
Good pressure there by the Arlington forwards. I believe he scored for them. Am I right? Or was that, there's another lanky player that maybe...
That was our forward. That was
right.
number 18, I believe, scored the goal. Could be wrong. Maybe they... Hard to get a good glimpse, but it's definitely one of their forwards that got the goal out there.
We have a BC High goal kick. We haven't seen many stoppages in play. It's been very fluid so far.
Yeah, it's been great. Not much dead ball time is always something nice to see, especially from an outside perspective.
And the ref has done a good job of keeping control of the physicality of the play.
Yeah, I think Stress doing a great job. No.
Having sat in the crowd in the first half, classic few complaints from parents for both sides, but pretty evenly
I feel like as long as both sides of parents complain equally, it can't be a huge deal.
That's how I judge refs too. Like if the ref ticks off both sides, then I guess it's okay.
Questionable. Not sure.
Now, Jonathan, you are a ref, am I correct? Okay, here we have rules expert Jonathan Koopman.
What have you been looking for?
In the booth.
Nice chop. Throughout the summer, I saw Ronan usually in a wider position, but I think he does a good job in the middle.
Yeah, he plays a wing on his club team, but that's in a 4-3-3.
Ball in.
He's good in that position. I don't know how the JV or the freshman, the JV coach might have some idea with some of the players, but I'm not sure how he landed on the spots for them. But knowing most of them, either they told him where they like to play, or he figured it out. But a lot of them are in what I would consider their correct, their natural spot.
There definitely seems to be some fluctuation. There's kids I've seen playing a couple games in positions that I wouldn't expect, but they seem to settle back where they desire and/or play for their teams.
I think what's important is that they're willing to play that position even if it's not comfortable.
Yeah.
They always look like they're feeling good out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, because last year you played in sort of a different position than you played this year at Varsity. I think we've talked on these broadcasts in the past about position flexibility and the importance of that.
I've seen it all with this high school team. I've played everywhere in the field except for goalie.
I was about to say, the gloves go
I told coach I was willing to once because we had 2 years ago we had Jamie and Arno were both injured, so I made a point. I was like I would be willing to put the gloves on if needed, but luckily.
You never root for the goalkeeper at guard.
Look at Kyle Walker. I don't know if he's at City or Tottenham at the time, but he went out there and made some good saves. So.
Sean Ross forces the corner.
See Lucas get in the box here. Capitalize on these guys.
They should send him up. You see him. You see him thinking about it. Got the in-swinging kick from Darius. They've had a couple of goals off these this year. Popped up.
Big ball in.
Cleared by BC High. Personally, I prefer the low driving cross than.
It's tough to work with those floated balls. The best you can do is get a head on it and hope that somebody else will play off it. You certainly can't drive those.
Right, you dependent for the power of the header. You're dependent on the velocity of the ball coming in.
I think if you're looking for one of those crosses in, I think in this situation, like I would have had Lucas Kuban be back post and just try and launch it back into play. Because I think that if you really want to get a goal off it, it could be high-ish, but it needs to be a lot more powerful.
That's key. Just like you guys are often shooting for here as your goal person to play off of.
Absolutely.
BC High with a bit of possession here.
They were from the first half, that's for sure. They look like a different team.
Here's our wholesale change about to happen, Aiden.
Oh yeah, look at all of them, ready to go.
Ready to go. I think Coach Yadzio is probably getting ready for his game, so his period of observation is over.
Yeah, the Varsity make their way over to the sidelines right now. Join them eventually.
Okay, we're about 10 minutes into the second half here. It's still 1-1. Good.
Despite what the scoreboard might say.
Yeah.
I heard a BC High player asking, what's going on there? I said, no, don't worry about it. We have the accounting done something.
7 minutes left. It's been 7 minutes for the last 20 minutes. So the unit in for Arlington from forward to back, we have Cormac Kochin, Alex Marsden at forward. Midfields, we have Owen, Morgan Zawilski, Owen G, Colin Rayleigh, Mihailo Vasic, and playing the six is Tommy Marcassini and Julian Velazquez, coming up nicely to meet that from his right back position. Henry Wu, they give up possession. Here's a break.
So the goalie deals with it. Well saved.
What a beautiful save.
Great save by the freshman.
So the Arlington defense leaking a bit there.
Great save though.
Excellent save, and to be honest, Aiden, these boys haven't had to make a lot of saves this year, so it's really good. It's really good to see that. And finally, there's Taj Shabra over on left D. So this team will be out for another 10 minutes or so, and then we'll see the other unit. 1-1, Arlington, BC High.
I was reminded that both the scoreboard for the fan shows we do have real-time score on our feed. It is
press by BC High here. 5 guys on the same side. I don't think he win the ball. Look for a switch. Maybe. Good win.
Oh,
Wow.
got cleaned out there.
Yeah, he'll be alright though. The trooper. Good turn by Colin.
Yeah, they're really packed in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're surrounding the ball. We have to move the ball out of those pockets. I mean, easier said than done, but
BC High, like you saw, like the start of the game, definitely a team to get passed around, not so much dribble through. With their size and speed, it'd be easier just to like work it out, especially like wide crosses in. It could be a little more.
Promising play by BC High. Not able to be controlled by 31.
Shows the disappointment. One of the things that I'm not sure fully comes across, but you can hear some of the communication out there. We're just talking about switching the field. Nate, when you're out there, it's very apparent the vocal nature of all the players, and maybe the pass isn't always made, but the call for it. What else do you see as differences other than the talking that's happening between this JV game and the varsity game?
I feel like, Alex touched on this earlier. It's definitely a lot more time on the ball for this JV level.
Yeah.
Like, I think the back line always handles it well, but in like a varsity setting, they definitely would not have the time and patience to just try and look for that perfect pass. Like oftentimes,
Yeah.
with obviously your other son Nolan doing a great job in the back, you got to think on a spot. And I think that's the only thing that you really can't learn from the JV level. You just got to learn that from progressing through. But this team's doing a great job giving them a challenge. And then honestly, this JV team looks great. They're possessing the ball very well.
I think BC High's physicality is showing up a little bit more in this half, guys.
I agree. That was my next point. It was just another main difference is just like the size and speed of players. Like you got some quick guys out there, but the varsity level you can expect every striker you're going against to be just rapid. As long as you can catch them. Nice block there. Look at scoop it up.
So mark down that save. Mark down that save. That was 1-to-1 and beautiful save made by the keeper. Arlington did have a breakaway. Actually, maybe did they have two, or they had one of their own, which was shot kind of directly at the keeper. But it looked like our goalie Jack got big there and stuck out a paw to get that ball away.
Yeah, we had a great angle for that. It just happened to be coming in from the left side, so we could see him doing a good job of standing his ground and, like you said, getting big and ultimately using his left hand to get some of the deflection.
Absolutely. Seeing him at as helping out at the freshman tryouts this year, he was ahead of the other goalies for sure. His poise and the way he was just like presenting himself and the way he like made his saves, definitely like he knows what he's doing, and I think that he showed that with that save there.
Is that something that you might be interested in doing if you were around, helping out with the tryouts or staying involved with the program, or do you think that you'll move on at that point?
Absolutely. If I'm home for it, it's always a blast to see like who's coming up and who's looking good. Because like I said earlier, every grade just keeps getting bigger and better. I think it's important to see like who's going to be great for developmental like purposes going forward.
Tackle there from BC.
Yeah, they're definitely bringing the lumber, particularly that player on the right wing, I believe 25.
I think another difference from the JV and varsity level is the amount of energy on and off the field. Like I think on the varsity level, like real quick, good shot at BC High. I think as someone who's been on the bench the last couple of weeks, I think a very important key is getting the energy talking and into the game. I think at this level they're just taking their rest, but
Aiden, I noticed from observing that's something that you're particularly good at over there.
That's why I spent a lot of time doing it the last couple of years. It's definitely something I enjoy doing. If I could say so myself, down to an art. Get my lucky bench stance, which I can't do here. Unfortunately, I got yelled at the first game of the season for staying on the bench. But I think if you can uplift your team from the sideline. It helps them on the field have that energy going forwards. So.
See if Owen can make something happen. He does force the throw in.
See if Arlington can,
Aiden, what do they tell, without giving away, well, you can give away the secrets, but does your coach tell you to heave it in the box, or is there
well, we have guys like me and Nolan. I mean, Nolan's obviously like a different level. I was testing my throw and a great shot.
Excellent save by the goalie.
Excellent save. After, Nolan has roughly a 35-yard throw, and
Okay.
I've been bored on that mind at practice. Like, I help out, but there's always some free time. So I was testing I got 30 yards myself. So it's just like we have two guys that can really launch into the box. We should definitely utilize that. Which at the same time could also help because they can expect us to go long, but then we can have a short option come in and knock it in. But yeah, Coach Yadzer definitely likes us to get it in there. And we have guys like Keegan and Sam who are some of the scrappiest players I've ever watched, and they're gonna do whatever it takes to get that ball. So work out in our favor most of the time.
Another collision there.
Great to see, again, the physicality here, but this continues to be a game. It's not chippy. It's a high quality game.
It's gorgeous.
Good run by 10 there. See how they can handle it.
Get up on him!
BC High looking dangerous here.
Very dangerous.
Block by Tommy.
I think that Arlington should start to switch up the tactics a little bit here, because obviously
Yeah, they've tilted the field just a bit.
the B side seems to want it a little more here. I think Arlington needs to really give that their final step. Get another goal out of this.
Have a fresh shift of players coming on for BC High. And here we have the BC High varsity showing up.
Yeah, the kid in the far back is their keeper, and he's exceptional. So it'll be a good challenge today for sure. Not something that I don't think Sam and Keegan can handle with though. I think they'll be just fine.
Well, based upon what I've seen in the last 3 games, I think those two can definitely cause some damage. And you get Peter in there crashing in on the corner kicks.
Absolutely. I think as we saw at the running game as well, there are guys like Dennis Keeley off the bench who just go in there and just run.
Yeah,
I think he could be utilized today with the speed.
If you're faster than, if you're a forward and you're faster than their defender, it makes it really kind of easy, the strategy.
So I think there's a time and place for everything, and in this situation, if I were the JV team, I would just look to get it out, because their possession's obviously great, but when they have 7 or 8 BC High guys on them all the time, it's a little challenging to try and.
Well, they have numbers here.
They have numbers. Let's see if they can utilize this.
I
run
do,
by number 6.
I do think they default to the slow game though.
I think the change for BC High is they're looking to play for a win. I think Arlington's looking to play their own game, which we'll see how this will affect the game going forward.
We do have the shift change coming too, where I'll go to the grave saying that the 2 shifts are equal. Sometimes one shift has more energy than the other. So
I think that'd be important today.
So we'll see what happens as the
great ball.
Nice, beautiful ball to Alex Marsden.
What he do with this? I don't know if I agree with that one, but with one ref, benefit of the doubt there. So
I hope there are more than one for your tilt today.
Yeah, I sure hope so too. It's better than 1 at that point, but we had some conversation about all JV games having, or like the system of refereeing this series, so that every team has 2, so that the JV teams can have 2 as well. And that raised a question among some of the players, like, well,
nice move by Colin Rayleigh in the middle of the field.
See if we take a shot here.
Ridden off the ball. He dwelled on it a little bit too long there, Aiden. BC High charging forward.
For BC High. We're talking about how much we don't like this turf and how the slope is not ideal.
I assume this turf is another one of the things that will be redone.
Well done by Owen.
Frabe, good layoff. Let's see if we get there. And not only redoing this turf, but we're getting a new one as well, which will be great going forwards. A little chippy from one there, but
I know, right in time for you to graduate, Aiden.
yeah, perfect.
Yeah, you've been at the high school for all the phases of construction, I think.
Yep, except for the finished product. But great
Beautiful move.
Great hit too.
shot.
It's a great move by Owen there. That shot
Good
off.
low shot too. The keeper came up big. Keeper's making a difference in this game, but it's going to come down to this, guys. A set piece. Hopefully the game continues to be reffed in a fair and consistent manner, and let's give these boys a chance to see what they can do in the last 10 or 12 minutes.
Absolutely.
You can see the other block of Arlington players. Falls to Julian.
See they can capitalize here.
Yeah, dangerous. You can see them over there inching towards. They want to go in, Aiden.
They're waiting. They're ready to go.
They're ready to go. They're waiting for to get called in. Nice spell. Nice dangerous spell for Arlington there. The ball leaks out to Henry. Sends it directly back in. I don't disagree with that. Let's put their, this is something I noticed in the varsity games too, Aiden. In Reading, for example, when you guys started sending balls and making their defenders make plays, they tripped up a couple times.
Absolutely. I mean,
so it's hard. I mean, you're a defender. If you're running away from if you're running towards your own goalie and you have to turn around and triangulate where the ball is and get your touch right and all that stuff, it's a skill that is hard to master. So let's make them do it.
Exactly. Not just that, but like wear and tear on your legs, like turning around, making those sprints back. Because offensive players got to make that run up, not up and down. So I think it's important to really capitalize on the tiredness of legs.
Well, we're into the last piece of the game here. Probably 10 minutes or so left in the game. And we have, again, goalie Jack, who made an incredible save to preserve the 1-1 tie. Across defense, we have Neil Patel, Lucas Koopman, and Isaac Jagendorf. That's Cole Morgan-Zawilski with the ball over to Ishan Ross.
Great ball in, so we get another one.
He had Knox Powers, Cedric Daniel, Darius Silva, Oliver Bailey, and Ronan Howard are your Arlington Spy Ponders for the last 10 minutes, wearing maroon, going left to right. We got a breeze too, Aiden.
Yeah, it's a nice breeze. Maybe a little unfortunate for the players on the field, but
well, it appears to be blowing from left to right, so that's a slight advantage for Arlington. I've also noticed that at certain times of year in this stadium, and you would know this, Aiden, after playing here for so much, but certain times of year the sun can come into play too.
Oh, absolutely. It gets to the point where it's just like you gotta choose if you can win the call, you gotta get it right. If not, you're just staring at the sun the whole time. It's not fun.
Nice individual win by Cole.
See if Cedric get that first.
Good step, good authoritative step by their defense. I'm impressed with BC High's team, Aiden.
I am too. Yeah, it's a very good team. And with these two forwards out there right now, Knox and Cedric both do a great job getting themselves in an open position. So I think they could try and utilize that and look for those runs in behind.
Nice play, Cole having a strong little stretch of play here. Finds Oliver. You can't beat three guys though. That's the.
So chip on, so he gets there first. Go ahead, that covered. On the first switch here. Lots more space on the other side. Unfortunate touch there. Step by defender, so we can clear.
Living dangerously. And here comes 4 players coming in for BC High.
Probably the last of the game, if I have to guess.
Probably. Although if I were their coach, I might be tempted to leave the unit on. They appeared to be causing significant distress to Arlington's midfield and defense over the last 5 minutes. Here we go with the short ball.
Nice little move there. See if we can win it.
Yeah, they had trouble when they played Lexington with getting out of that kind of coffin position on the side, like around the 20-yard line on the sideline. They tend to get trapped there and surrounded by opposing players.
I think some of the noticing is that sometimes they get a little too caught up in the possession. I think I definitely said that before, but I think at times gotta get up and out. It's a good run here. See if they can.
Cole's got lots of space. A nice carry.
Great carry. She can get one here. Nice little layoff too. Let's see if Knox can finish. Unfortunate.
Good carry by Cole.
Great attack though. I'm very fake. Keep that up and get one. Through.
Well, I hope, Aiden, I hope the crowd shows up for you guys. I'm hearing a lot of noise from the BC side over here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little,
Finds out.
not a little conflicted here, but BC parents are usually a little,
They're a little loud.
a little loud, a little.
They're enthusiastic.
They get involved. We'll put it that way. Whether that's for the better or the worse, they get involved.
Well said. So here, Arlington, the JV team. I think Cole and Owen have the ability to send that throw in far. Ronan with a long pass to sort of a nowhere. Aiden, maybe you can help you can be the throw-in coach.
I think Nolan can do a better job than I do with that.
You know, Liverpool has a throw-in coach, I was informed. Just a guy that all he does is teach throw-ins.
It's a pretty awesome job. Think about it.
I think that's a great job.
Liverpool players and just,
not a lot of pressure either.
No, it's like, it's not your fault to mess up a throw-in. You can only be better if they help.
Yeah.
So. Great touch. It's a little frantic.
Very clogged in the midfield.
Both teams seem to lose a little bit of their composure, but great ball movement. See if Cedric can.
Yeah, Cedric, and we could use an individual effort.
But a throw at us would be great.
Okay, let's see if we can do something with this throw now.
I would look for a big throw here. Eshawn's not quite the man for that.
Yeah, I don't think they have the right personnel for that particular. Again, I think Cole or Owen can do that, but
you also need them in the box though to win those.
Yeah.
So lots of space there.
Right, if they can get that play down, Aiden, where they throw the ball in and it's one touch back to the thrower, and with good control. Oops, stepped on the ball. Nice recovery. They've got numbers here.
He knocks through there. There you go.
This is a good opportunity. Let's send Lucas. Let's put him up there.
Yeah, that's Lucas up there. Let's get all of our big guys in back post. Let's try and launch it. So I think with these short plays, BC High's first step is always.
Yeah.
They're probably going to win them. They're very aggressive, so. Absolutely.
Isaac Jagendorf with the ball.
Oh,
nice
great ball in.
Knox is there.
Unlucky. Still in play though.
Cleared away by BC High.
Keep it. Great ball back in.
Yeah, nice control out of the air there.
Great switch. Let's see what Kuma can do with this one. Nice little layoff. Run look fresh. Oh, great ball. Wow. Great ball. What a great ball. Great ball in as well. What do you think?
Was Coach Yazio watching?
He was walking by. Unfortunately, missed that one. But
beautiful play by Arlington.
Great ball by Ronan. Great catch by Cedric there. Definitely needed that. It's good. Keep playing their game for the rest of the remainder time, and then they can really pull out a win here.
Right, Aiden. Say you're playing on Arlington's team, and you're the captain as you are. When you go back, what do you say to your teammates?
Don't get ahead of yourselves. The last thing you want to do is lose your heads and get ahead, think the game's over. But we've seen it time and time again. Anything can happen, especially in the last 2 minutes of the game where people that adrenaline rush really will change things.
And I've noticed that you guys have mastered the skill of sending the ball to the corner flag.
Oh, you have guys like Jacob Naylor do a great job.
Yeah.
Sam Neal's favorite.
Sam Naylor, yeah. We have a very petty team in a way that we're really scrappy, so I think that we could really capitalize off the corner play.
So I'm assuming this is a BC High timeout. Probably gonna
Work some tactics or something, but
collect their thoughts, talk through potential set plays or otherwise. Good time for Arlington to again collect themselves, talk about final few minute strategy. Hopefully, as we've been talking about, hopefully it involves a little bit more of clearing the ball on the back and not passing around the back. But
absolutely.
again, they have a style of play and they do stick to it.
I mean, it's a bit ironic. I don't necessarily think they play to win, but they seem to win an awful lot. So good for the coach and good for the program.
I think something I'm noticing in this game in particular is that, Arlington might have lost their composure a little bit in like the beginning of the second half, but they obviously got it back and got a great goal out of it. But I've not seen that at BC High. They just seem to be more fired up in a way.
Yeah, they seem kind of machine-like in a way.
They're pretty robotic.
Yeah. So let's reset the game. I don't think any of us have an accurate time.
Not long. We'll put it that way. A couple minutes left.
We have, let's just say, somewhere 5 or fewer minutes. We're coming off of a BC High timeout that followed a beautiful goal by Arlington, finished off by Cedric Daniel to put the score at 2-1 Spy Ponders, and it is correct on the monitor, and it is also correct on the scoreboard.
Oh, there you go. Great step by Cedric there. Absolutely.
And Arlington sitting back a little bit. If you look at number 5, yep, he's in the right place.
If I were Arlington, I know they play a 3-back, but I would keep their wing backs relatively low here. Just like let the game develop a little more, and they can really just like sweep up whatever happens. Oh, looks like another
Cedric
chance.
with another chance.
Great footwork.
Falls to Ronan.
Great ball by Ronan there. Split the midfield.
All right, let's see if they can get back. Arlington hustles back nicely.
Aye. I think Cedric's little kickoff interception kind of killed BC High's momentum. They seem a little
that
little
one
dazed
play
right
just coming out of the it's a good call, Aiden.
I think as long as they keep them on their heels and not let them get that extra step forward, I think they can really finish this game out well.
Knox tried the 1-2 ball, nobody there. Yep. They kept the pressure and resulted in a turnover.
Yeah, they're stepping very well here. Really being the first every ball. Composure back there.
It's got time.
Yeah.
Well done.
That's well done. Let's get it up now. Really close.
Great job by Jack.
Absolutely. He's been doing a great job over there. Jack looks great.
Boy, that was one from our vantage point. That was one where we had no idea where that was going at all.
Yeah.
It's one of those classic things that hits the net.
Yeah, you look for the twine. It missed and no twine.
Let's get out of this back area.
Right. Well, I mean, again, Aiden.
Great play out though.
I think it's pretty canonical for this team. They do it this way, and it's to prepare.
Oh, good look for a switch though.
Actually, this might be where coach would insist that they do this, because knowing that there's intense pressure coming.
Yeah, that's a good point. 'Cause you're probably not gonna get this otherwise.
Yeah, you wouldn't. Exactly.
So. Well done by Cedric. Very quick feed. Good ball by Rowan. Can we get one more here? Good save by the goalie. If they got that one through though, I think that would have really secured the game. Push off the back there, but well dealt with by Isaac.
You don't play that way, do you, Aiden?
No, never. Great run by Cedric there. Should be a corner. Looked like the BC High player touched it, but
Tommy Marcassini coming in for Oliver.
Look like another sub. Yep, another
little
four back here.
Defensive sub. He won't do that. He does his thing. But Tommy will stay at home and Oliver will wander.
Yeah.
So
Great touch. Ball movement's lovely here. And then you get one more here. Good save. Good shot though. Arlington's pressure is really bringing down BCI right now. Doing an amazing job. Great win.
Good win by Ishan.
Ishan, the great first touch, I've noticed. He always can settle the ball. That's a little questionable.
Darius picks up the ball in a nice position, finds Cole.
Love to see that sportsmanship from Ishan there. Make sure he's all right. Oh, don't really know what just happened. Corner kick, all right.
Yep. that also blocks the substitution from happening.
So would you play it short here? Go for time killing?
Absolutely. I'd send your biggest guy to the corner and just have him body him off the ball.
Again, different styles of play, Ryan. Exhibit here. Let's hope that it's
Oh, great ball in though.
Beautiful ball, yeah.
that was that flatter ball.
Yep. Yep.
Especially important as you drive to the win.
Referee checking his watch. Looks like about to. Yep.
Well, he just blew his nose. All right. Ball comes out to about the 45, gathered by BC High.
Just gotta handle this here.
Yep.
There you go.
There's your
Great
game.
win.
Well,
Need that win. Gets a very competitive team.
Aiden, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
If nothing else, it was a pleasure spending this time with
It was
you.
a pleasure. I'll
One
try
of
to
the
get back
favorite
here.
kids that I've ever coached.
My favorite coaches.
And we have a 2-1 victory for Arlington Junior Varsity over BC High. Stay tuned for the varsity game at 4 o'clock. And we'd like to remind you that this broadcast has been brought to you by ACMi Sports. ACMi is relying upon the volunteers and donations to keep these sorts of activities happening. So if you feel like volunteering, please see me or Raj. And if you feel like donating, I'm sure there's a place that you can do that on ACMi Sports website. So signing off for now, and hope everyone has a great day.
Thank you again.
Bye.